why I refuse to shit in public toilets.
Sub 3.
Because you can't hover.
Yeah, I just don't wanna. It's unnerving.
I literally just outright refuse to shit in public toilets.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want some stranger just to, like, grab the handle and just, like, and then I was just like, somebody's here.
It's such a great start to this episode, by the way.
I'm pretty sure, personally, I've never had anyone, like, assault the stall door. Usually when it's closed, that's a giveaway that someone's in there. And also they can see your fucking shoes.
Now, I have 100% tried to, like, Sparta kick the stall door open before.
Why? Well, I mean, why?
Because it's so funny to harass someone at their most vulnerable.
The animal shit house. I mean, the worst one, honestly, is when you're just in there. I haven't really experienced this, but I've just thought about the scenario. When you're just sitting there taking a dookie, and then you just see someone's eye poking through the little slit between the door and the stall wall, just looking at you.
Jesus.
Hello, Pop.
No, what you always do is you see their shoes, and you're like, hey, yo, this motherfucker's shitting. And you do a spin and try to donkey kick the door open. I'm glad we're really bringing our best for the 20th episode of this piece of shit.
Oh yeah, it is 20. That's actually pretty
the
cool.
Big 2-0.
Yeah, this has gone on for a lot longer than I honestly didn't. What the hell? Are you okay?
He's not. None of us are good right now.
I mean, I was just gonna say, it's like, I didn't think we'd have as much dedication and willpower to actually keep it going as long as it has, but here we are. Thoroughly impressed so far.
Dedication and willpower.
Audience,
threatened us at gunpoint.
If you want to know the rough state of my physical and mental health, just check the pod Twitter. That's all you have to do.
Dylan's had a pretty good day.
I mean, if you want...
This is being recorded on August 29th.
So yeah, you find the tweet that day.
If you want an idea of my mental state, just go to my personal Twitter. I leave that stuff out of work. I wait till we actually record an episode.
One of these days we're gonna do the sister podcast, Curb Your Pessimism.
One day.
No, we can let's just do that for episode 25. That's a milestone.
Episode 25, the depressing one.
The depressing one, part 2, because we already have an episode.
Episode 25, the gang gives up.
Oh, man. Anyway, welcome to the Bloomfeld podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Bloomfield, and I am accommodated by my two boys. And
What?
The boys, you know, they're Logan and Dillon.
I'm being held against my will. There are currently 3 armed
Jesus
gunmen
Christ.
pointing M16s to the back of my head. Please send help.
What's your guys' problems?
I'm gonna finish this margarita long before this episode's over.
I mean, I wasn't expecting you to just sip on it, because you're not a pussy or some shit.
Well, it depends on what you want to do. See, when you got a drink, you have 2 options. You can enjoy it, because it was cost you $6, and that shit ain't cheap. Or you can forget.
Or you can...
So, the question is, son, what kind of man are you?
Daddy needs son.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
No, it is officially one of those days. So,
Yeah.
combine that where I took a 1.5 hour, an hour and a half depression nap before we were supposed to record, and I was late today. Yeah, that's a fun one for you, dear audience. For the first time ever, Nate was not the last to get in the Discord call to record an episode.
I know.
This time it was me.
It was
yeah,
a
baby.
miracle. Hey, Logan, if it makes you feel better, yesterday I took a 3-hour depression nap, and then I woke up around the time I had to go to sleep for work, so I just popped sleeping meds and rolled back over.
See, I saw that, but I was in the forest, so I couldn't respond to it.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know,
Fair.
I wanted to give some advice, but at the same time, I was like, I think I'm gonna get eaten by a bear.
We're in the middle of the woods at night. You know, it's pitch black.
Just a little bit of base.
What's wrong with that,
tomfoolery.
Nathan? What's wrong with
it was
being-
dark out. It was just dark. It was hard to see because it was dark out, you know?
You put some real malice on that black.
I mean, you know what? Fair is fair. I apologize for my bias. Otherwise,
You'll have to forgive Nathan.
You have a lot of apologies to make this episode, actually.
You'll have to forgive Nathan. He's allergic to black jelly beans, and he just kind of gets to him every once in a while.
Hey,
Jesus
look, man.
Christ.
No one likes them anyway.
No,
Okay.
Like,
The jelly beans.
So,
the jelly beans. No one's like the jelly beans. I'm in the jelly beans. I'm in the jelly beans.
The jelly beans.
are we getting into the topics of the announcement first about the topics?
We'll do the announcement first. Logan, sorry that this is just kind of spur of the moment for you. Me and Dylan were talking about this while we were waiting on you. So,
Couldn't be asked to just say it when I came in.
I kind of forgot about it, but now I remember
Absolute
it.
asshole.
So, yeah, this is just a very minute change. This is like some of those fucking Overwatch patch notes. Basically,
All
the format...
games.
When I think of
Weird.
patch notes, I think of Overwatch, especially useless, weird ones.
Just let him finish.
Hey, we've been over this. I don't let Mitten finish.
Dylan does not let men finish. That's true. Yeah, so basically, we're just doing a small revision to the format, and that is, instead of 2 topics an episode, we're going to be doing 3 this time. And that's just to get more discussion points out there. Everyone gets to talk every episode, so we don't have the situation where Logan didn't get to do shit for the first, 4 episodes.
It only took us 20 episodes to figure out, hey, maybe we should do 3 topics for a podcast with 3 hosts. Shocking.
Yeah. And so it also cuts out the wheel that Dylan hates so much. So
I
that's
swear
also...
to God, I fucking hate that wheel, because it's not a
Why?
wheel.
Okay, first of all, what?
It is a circle on
Secondly.
Nathan's phone.
Secondly, we don't need to have 3 topics to get rid of the wheel. Thirdly, I maybe it's just me, but I feel like I don't want to bring a topic every week.
I'm fine
And
to
I
bring a
talk.
topic every week.
I talk plenty enough without having a topic.
Well, I
is
mean,
the thing.
having 3 topics doesn't really equate to all 3 of us talking. It gives us the ability to all 3 have a topic, but if you really don't have one, you can just pass it off. That's always an option.
Okay, I feel like 3 topics is excessive considering our hour time limit.
Okay, that's 3 topics is the aim, but we don't have to hit it if we don't want to. You know, we can always stick with 2 if we feel like it, but we'll go for 3 now.
That's not a format. That's a suggestion.
What the hell do you want?
First of all, don't make executive decisions without the entire crew here.
That's true.
And secondly, don't wait until it's on air to explain it.
Why
Who
do you
does
guys?
that?
I don't. You guys give me
Dylan,
mixed
hostile
signals.
takeover.
You guys give me
Hostile
really
takeover.
mixed signals.
Hostile
Look,
takeover.
I'll say
Shut the
this.
fuck up!
No, I'll say this. I'm fine with these revisions. I think if we are going to have episodes of 3 topics regularly, we should increase the time cap to an hour and a half for some episodes.
Or just not have one.
Or not
fucking
have
crazy idea. Don't have one.
I mean, hey, I've been in favor of it going over an hour since the beginning. But
Yeah, I don't like being rushed. I hate it when we rush through something.
Nathan has gone mad with authority and has basically constrained me and Logan's creativity into a chastity cage.
I don't
It
understand
has done
you guys.
nothing. It has done nothing but cause problems.
I don't
Yes.
understand you guys. You fucking
you.
baffle me because it's
Kill
like
yourself.
whenever I was like, oh, we'll base a decision off what everyone thinks, and then you're like, oh, you have
I
no
wasn't
backbone.
consulted!
It's like
He wasn't
you have no
consulted.
backbone. You don't make any decisions or anything like that. But then whenever I decide, okay, I guess I'm the host of the podcast, I'll start making some decisions. Then you guys are like, well, why don't you talk to us about it? It's like, what do
okay.
you want from me?
We want you to at least consult us before you make decisions. When we say you need to take charge, that's when me and Logan are just like, hey shit, hey and you just let it happen for 5 or 10 minutes. That's when you need to pull rank. But when it's when it's a thing like, hey, we're changing the formatting of the podcast, that's something we should be consulted on. Because Logan wasn't consulted on it. I barely was. It was right before the recording.
Very, very large decision.
You know, honestly, this makes a great segue into my topic, if we want to get into that. Talking about
Yeah, sure, go
Nathan's being a dickhead and abuse of power. So,
Oh yeah, the Civil War.
Yeah.
There
That
are no
lasted
winners
an
in this
hour.
scenario.
So-
Everyone was being an ass.
okay,
just let
so
me known.
basically,
I can't wait for this.
yesterday, the final arc of the hostile takeover happened for about an hour. So, we have, the Pod Topic channel in our Discord server. and Nathan decided to post a topic, just straight up maidenless behavior. And I replied with a zinger, like your entire lifestyle. And he deleted it, because he's the owner of the server. So I just spammed it. I switched from being on my phone. I booted up my PC and copied and pasted it faster than Discord could output the messages. And upon me doing that, I also like challenged Nathan. I'm like, go ahead, make me a martyr. Rip my tongue out. You only prove that you fear what I have to say. I went on a whole spiel. Like I posted a gif of William Wallace screaming freedom, Viva la Resistance, things like that. And then Nathan...
Cringy Facebook memes.
Yeah. And
God.
And then Nathan decided to time me out on Discord for an hour. So I couldn't in any of the channels of that whole server talk for an hour. So I messaged Logan. I'm like, hey, can you remind me what the logins are for the YouTube channel and Twitter account? And he's like, yes. He was hesitant, but he did. And so
for good reason.
I sent out some mean tweets about Nathan. I changed the description that he was a thin-skinned cocksucker. And I changed the password for both things for about an hour. And I got this lovely message from Nathan. Hold on. In all caps, give me back the fucking pod, email, and channel, you goddamn fuckface. I just replied with the gif of Captain America saying language. And within a few minutes, my demands were met. I basically said, I will revert everything when I get out of timeout. So he ended it, and I reverted everything. And then I had a funny tweet idea, and right before we started recording, I could log into the Twitter, and naturally, Nathan changed the password on me after this whole fiasco. And I threatened him some more, and we've come to a mutual agreement that abusing our power is not a good idea. And that's why I do have access to the channel that I'm not going to use for evil. Although, in my opinion, it was for good. Let's be honest, I was fighting tyranny. I'm a freedom fighter. Nathan would call me a terrorist. Classic America.
Classic.
So there's a missing piece to this little puzzle here.
Yeah.
Nathan was deleting your messages the first time. Every other time it was me. I did this.
Logan did play both sides.
Logan's playing on both sides. Because eventually...
Which is very funny.
At one point or another, Logan sent me a message of, like, mute Dillon in the channel just to fuck with them even more. I was like, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then he gave me the logins.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, which I was very hesitant because it's like, if Dillon goes on a tirade and, like, says some not okay shit on the Twitter.
No, look,
I have to kill him.
I know where to draw the line. Also, Nathan, this also proves you a liar right before we started recording, because I said, in the Discord servers of us and our friends, why aren't the people who aren't owning the server, why don't they have mod privileges? And you said, well, Logan doesn't have different privileges in the Discord than I do. That's clearly wrong, since Logan was deleting those messages. I want my rights, goddammit. No.
I didn't know he could delete messages.
Well,
I can't delete messages. I want the ability to do that. I want my rights, goddammit.
Look, you have channel access.
I want my full rights as a full host of the podcast.
Hey, I run the Twitter. That gives me the extra bump.
Very fair.
Hey, I fielded several great tweets for the Twitter.
No, I don't give a shit. You can give him the right to delete messages, because, like, I know he won't use it against me.
No.
I mean, there really is no point to the whole deleting messages thing, except for just that one bit of like, haha, I'll delete his tweets.
Yeah.
But like, the thing that made that annoying was I was at work when that happened, and I just got like a ton of like notifications and emails of like, is this you signing into your accounts? And I was like, no, it's not. Block, deny all those. And it's like, oh, too late, they're already in. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. No, I wasted.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing. I want to be clear. I did give Nathan a chance. So I told him at 1:09 p.m. I think it was. My time's messed up on my computer, so it might be 3-hour difference in that. Anyway, I said, Nathan, either remove. It was 4 o'clock, I think. Like I said, the time on my computer's fucked. Anyway.
California time.
Yes. I said, Nate, either remove the timeout or face the pinnacle of pettiness that a human can output. Because Nathan and Logan know this. Everyone who has ever met me knows this. I am a very angry, petty person. I hate myself enough to the point I will go to great lengths just to be slightly annoying. Or very annoying in this case. And after threatening to slash his tires, threatening where I said I know where he works, sleeps, and lives, blah, blah, blah. I told him he had 1 minute. And I gave him, like, a solid 5 minutes. And then I sent a gif of Dennis saying I have contained my rage for as long as possible. And then I just sent the message, I went nuclear. And he messages me, can you tell me why the fuck I can't access the pod channel and why the password has changed? I just sent a gif, I warned you. And that's when he sent the all caps thing.
So yeah, the first Civil War was a resounding success, and
yes,
I mean,
not,
no one died.
Racism lost.
The podcast still lives.
Look,
now that Scottish people have rights.
I just fought for him. All right, I'm the spiritual successor of William Wallace.
Who?
You
Was that the guy that Mel Gibson was?
I'll kill you. Nathan, I swear to God. Nathan, I told you. Okay. Also, Nathan, I told you. The next time, I won't change the passwords to the channel and stuff. Next time, I'll just wait outside your car at night with a crowbar. We've been over this.
We know how this ends.
You know what's funny? At night, so like you're going to the bowling alley and waiting?
No, I'm gonna be outside at night. I will sit.
Oh, his house. Okay.
Or his house, or outside his car. I'll fucking go to his house and see if his mom would give me his spare keys, unlock his fucking, like, back hatch, and just sit there for hours.
I don't think they have a spare key. I think they have one key to that house, and even then, I think they lost it.
Well, not just a spare key to his house, spare key to his car. Like, don't you
we do have
do you not
those.
have a spare key for your car? I do.
We do have a spare.
Yeah.
I have one, but it doesn't have a fob.
Exactly, and Nate's mom loves me because I'm a great boy. I'll just go to her house.
I'm a great boy.
I'm a great boy.
I'll just go to her house and be like, hey, I don't know if Nate mentioned to you or not. I was going to come by and pick up his extra key because he wants to get a lanyard for it or something. And then, boom, I get the key. Now I just wait.
You don't know Nathan's parents well enough, clearly, because like she'll be like, oh, all right, and then like wait 6 months, and then forget about it.
I mean, if I show up to the fucking house and I'm like, I'm like, Nate, when we swap by and get his keys for him, give him to it at work, I see that plan having a decent success rate. And even if it doesn't, I'll just break his back glass. I mean, I'll try to do it politely at first.
I feel like my mom would just give you my keys just to be a douche anyway. She says like you probably find that funny.
Yeah, well that's the thing. Your mom and I would get along great because she makes fun of you just as much as I do.
I just wanted to watch Dragon Ball during this entire ordeal. I didn't care about the hostile takeover at that point. I was just watching Dragon Ball.
That's fair. But yeah, that's my topic of how I became a freedom fighter for my own rights as a podcast host, and I stood alone against tyranny. This ordeal also made me update my will. I won't get into details of that because it's personal, but Logan basically got bumped up and Nathan got bumped down. So keep that in mind, Nate.
Yeah.
You get less and less cool shit when I finally pulled the trigger. Some would call me a freedom fighter, some would call me a terrorist. It just really depends on your view on things, and if you're
I think I'd just call you Dillon.
I mean, that's fair, but
it's a good encompassing term.
Yeah, I think I just call you Dillon.
I went back to the pod topics, by the way, and I was just looking around for more topics, and I forgot that Hump just randomly decided to put the picture of the little paper dickin' balls from our vacation.
I honestly totally forgot we made the paper dickin' balls on vacation.
it's very funny. I like it.
By the way, when we just before we get off this topic, just because it's funny, in the pod topic channel, I wrote the juiciest arc of the hostile takeover. Nathan replied, Dillon's endangerment and disregard for the podcast security. I said, same diff, just a little bit of base tomfoolery.
A little bit of base tomfoolery.
It'll make for a great topic no matter your perspective, Nate. It just took my blood pressure raising far too much, but sure. And I said, it's all about the content, baby. I'll sacrifice my mic and the host for a cool 1 minute bit. So yeah, that's 20 episodes in, the hostile takeover joke finally comes to a head.
Yeah, I mean it had its full arc.
Yes.
You know, now that I'm really thinking about it, I have no idea what that mainless behavior topic was supposed to even be about anymore.
And that's why I
That's
don't
funny.
do that. That's why I
Like-
don't do.
Like generalized topic titles.
No, I don't do general. I do something that I'll remember what it is. You can't make it like a mystery by any means. You just gotta be blunt about what it is. Otherwise, you're going to forget.
That's fair.
Well,
Just
the thing
like
is,
how
I'm pretty
like
sure
how
I would
Dillon may forget.
I'm pretty sure I would remember it just fine if, like, you know, it is now not attached to the hostile takeover crescendo.
It was based. I regret nothing. I'd do it again. I will do it again.
Can't take that chance.
All right, who wants to go next with their topic?
What topic?
Okay, Nathan, you want to bring out one of your topics?
Well, man, I was looking around the topics chat. Logan, you do have one. It's fun.
Allegedly.
It's a short story, but it's funny. It's a funny story.
What?
The one where a lesbian handled your balls.
Yeah, I do want to hear this.
It's not literal. It's not my literal balls, but it's balls that belong to me.
God damn it.
God.
All right, so let's see. I'm back in school at this point, and this happened the first week of classes. I think it happened Tuesday or Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday. So we're back at school, and we're in like the common area where people hang out to like do homework and stuff. And there's a couple of other students there who are in different classes than me. They may be a semester up or something. I'm not sure, but they have like these little building blocks and stuff like for robotics. You know, like where you make a little like little structures, and there's balls there for some reason. I don't know exactly what it's for, so I just heard robotics, and my brain turned off. I was like, ooh, that sounds interesting, but I have no idea how that works. So I found one that's missing its bottom, so I stuck it on my head. So I was a box head. I thought it was funny. And this girl comes up behind me and takes it off my head and puts it on hers, and she starts crying. She's like, "It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit." You know, and just doing a bit, and and then so she stuck a bunch of them on her arms, like she had sleeves of cubes, and then I was playing with these little orange like plastic balls, and she is like, "Here, take these two," and then she starts juggling them. So the reason I put it in the topics to begin with, and it's worded like that, is because she said, "You know what's funny? This is the first time a man has willingly given me his balls." So I told her, I was like, "Well, it's the first time a woman has willingly taken them from me." And the next thing that comes out of her mouth was, "I'm a lesbian."
I'm sorry if you're hitting on me. I'm a lesbian.
Damn.
I wasn't. I just thought it was hilarious. But I mean, I'm in their Discord server now, and Dylan's gonna love this. You know, I don't know if I can describe what our icon is. I feel like it's best if I just show Dylan.
All right.
And
Oh, no.
give me just a second here.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, no, she was. It was funny.
There's a lot of lesbians at where you go to school.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Honestly,
let's say in the city.
considering the region, it makes sense. It tracks.
It tracks, yeah.
Okay, here we go. And you know, we can put this on the pod Twitter if you guys want.
Yeah. We
So, like,
can.
Hump's gonna see this with no context, by the way.
and
So,
that's his problem.
that's his.
Oh,
Just check
you're
the
right.
just
Okay.
check the general.
So that is an anime girl coming out of the foreskin / head of a penis.
Yes,
Like her
That
head
is-
is the
the
penis
server
head.
icon.
I have never
of that
seen
server.
a hood look like a hoodie so much. Also, the veins are so unnecessary. There's some like thick veins on that thing. Anyway, I do have a great allegory regarding my thoughts when I discovered the true nature of Logan's topic. It's like if a closed-minded dad heard his son wasn't in Little League and was actually taking ballet.
Oh,
But you see, I'm not
Yeah,
actually closed-minded. I'm still supportive. But it's
look,
funny.
I told you when the topic got thrown in there, it wasn't my literal balls.
I just.
I don't remember that.
Okay, I'm
wanted
checking
to
out of
believe.
whatever's going on between you two, and I just can't stop looking at this fucking picture.
Yeah, we know, Nathan.
So anyway,
I
So
hate
anyway,
it.
Dylan, about the
Yeah.
Ah!
We're talking about. Oh, hey, let's go.
You know, fellas, we could complete because we're talking about an unsnipped penis image. We could definitely clickbait foreskin, and it's technically in.
Foreskin 2 electric
right.
boogaloo.
I want an edit. I want an edit of the pod cover image that we use for thumbnails of every video, and I want you to just slide this image in somewhere.
Just
A little uncircumcised. Put it on your shoulder like a little shoulder worm.
Okay,
Put it on Dylan's face.
Nathan, can I suggest a title to clickbait the pod?
Sure, why not?
Give me back my foreskin, you fucking rabbi. I'm not even Jewish, but I think that'll be a great title.
Give me your foreskin, George.
Give me your foreskin.
Fuck. I'll step
Newman,
1,000
we're gonna
children
steal
before I let
Jerry's
people have
foreskin.
dolphin noses. We're gonna steal what? You cut out. You like. I just heard Newman. We're gonna steal something.
I said Jerry's foreskin. I guess I got cut out.
Did you guys know that graham crackers were invented so you couldn't beat your dick?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, they were meant to like be plain and boring and somewhat ruin the erection. I don't know what the science was behind that, but it was complete horseshit. I've eaten a graham cracker while beating it before.
It's just funny to think that some guy is like, how will I stop the boys from having sex with their girls before marriage?
Graham
crackers.
To be fair, graham crackers were definitely worse when they were first invented. But it's like, I don't care how gross something is, it's not gonna stop me.
Yeah, I mean, graham crackers fucking busted.
Yeah, they are.
Fuck the
definitely-
graham
graham cracker for all I
crackers?
Graham
care.
crackers are great nowadays, but the one that he made
They
in
are.
the 1890s did taste like ass. And not the good kind.
Well, they were the gay 90s. I
The
think.
gay 90s.
I'm pretty sure they were called the gay 90s.
The
'Cause everyone was having a good
1890s?
time. Yeah, the 1890s, yeah.
Arthur. No more free rides, Arthur.
No more gay, Arthur.
No more gay, Arthur. It's 1900.
You gotta get them fanfickers out of here, Arthur.
No more gay, Arthur.
Arthur. Put your dick away, Arthur.
Okay, Jesus.
And I'm in 60, Arthur.
This is going off the rails. We need a topic.
Corporations on July 1st. No more gay, Arthur.
No more gay, Arthur.
Nathan, for the love of God, do your topic.
Oh, I love this too much. This shit's funny.
I mean, it is. I'm not gonna lie.
Why does my ass itch?
Oh.
I'm gonna scratch it. All right. Part of me wanted to do the mainless behavior topic, but I genuinely don't fucking remember what it was even about anymore. Like what the point of it even
Do
was.
the other topic you put in yesterday.
Okay. So
Which one?
Just-
Blood pressure or BMI scale?
the BMI one, because the blood pressure one's just related to another sentence.
Is related to the other one.
Let's talk about the BMI scale, though, boys. So, the topic that I put in just says the BMI scale gives me body dysmorphia, and I don't know what it is about the BMI scale. It's just, I swear to God, you have to be like unrealistically, like really like lighter and like short or taller. You'd be like a whole lot less heavy and a whole lot taller to, qualify to not be a fat fuck in the eyes of the BMI scale.
The BMI scale says I'm obese.
The
Yeah, it says I'm
BMI
morbidly obese.
The BMI.
I-
Wait, you're morbiously obese? Hell yeah.
I'm morbiously obese.
Stand back! I'm beginning to morb!
Yeah, no, the BMI scale is definitely very, very unforgiving.
Oh yeah, it's awful. Like Logan just gave you a prime example. He's a
Yeah.
healthy guy. And,
I'm
you
not.
know,
Logan's
Okay,
not
well,
healthy,
alright.
but he's skinny.
All right, so I'm about 5'9", 5'10"-ish, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm about around 150 some pounds, almost 160 at this point. I have next to no body fat because of reasons. I have a ridiculously fast metabolism and shit. Blame my father for that one. But I don't really gain weight per se by like eating too much or however people get fat. I don't get fat. So I don't know how I'm obese, borderline morbidly obese, according to this BMI scale.
Yeah,
mean-
BMI is very...
I'm still incredibly unhealthy, but I'm not fat.
Yeah. No, all of us are unhealthy, but I don't think any of us are morbidly obese.
Morbid.
I
None of
almost
us are
did,
morbid.
I did almost say Morbius again. I'm not gonna lie, because the meme has just ruined my vocabulary.
I love that. Can that meme just never die?
No, it's funny though, because Nathan put in the topic, the BMI scale gives me body dysmorphia. I immediately replied, I don't have body dysmorphia. I'm definitely just fat.
And there's nothing wrong with just being like, I'm kind of fat.
A little tubby, it's never a bother.
Here's the thing, I might have body dysmorphia, because I look in the mirror and I'm like, God, I look like a Greek god, or I'm like, I look like melted ice cream. There's like no in between. And I don't know why.
Body dysmorphia is like one of those really, really difficult things to like understand.
Oh
yeah. Because like you could look at yourself and be like, God, I am like disgusting. It's like, oh no, you're just a little overweight or something. But it could stem from your depression, Dylan. Really. It may not even be like an actual case of body dysmorphia.
Most of my problems probably can be traced back to my depression, but it's funny.
Same.
It's funnier to me if I just look in the mirror and I'm like, God, I'm sexy, or like, God, I'm fat. It's like, because realistically, I know, like, I'm a little husky, but like, I'm not a fat person. Like, I don't have a gut. Like, I'm not fat. But sometimes I look in the mirror, I'm like, God damn, I am fat. And the other times I look in the mirror, especially like if I flex in the mirror, I'm like, God, I am a fucking Greek god. It's a
every now and again,
very unhealthy mindset.
Every now and again, you just feel like that Spider-Man meme, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It's like, Aunt May, call a vet. Why is it Peter? Because I got 2 fucking pythons in here, you old bitch.
I got these 2 sick pythons.
I got 2 sick pythons in here, you dumb bitch!
I mean, considering how little I exercise and how shitty my diet is, I'm fairly... Like, I look fairly decent considering how unhealthy I am, I think.
No, I mean, like, I'm a little bit thick. I'm trying to lose more weight. I am, honestly, a little bit fat, because I'm, like, 6'3", 6'4", and I'm 300 pounds, which is a lot. I mean, like 300. That's a big boy,
Pure I thought muscle. You broke sub 300 at this point.
Oh yeah, I did.
That's good.
I haven't weighed in a bit, so I'm just kind of like saying around 300, just to give a general idea, because I don't know exactly how much I weigh right now. It's been a minute since I weighed myself again.
Yeah, I'm hanging around 210 at 6'1".
I think I may have broke 160 from working out.
I'm at least lucky that I have like a big frame. I have a really big frame that can hold the weight that I have pretty well, but I still need to lose.
That's the thing. I always remember, like freshman year, me and Nathan were both like chubby, but where Nathan was so much taller, like he like didn't look nearly as bad. So we would just like bully each other and constantly call each other fat. And I'm like, Nathan, you're just as fat as I am. You're just tall, you fucking asshole. Because I was probably like 5'7" tops freshman year. And now, much like Nathan, since I have a taller, like, bigger frame, it kind of definitely helps me look not fat.
And here I am.
Skinny. It really is, like, each one's, like, a step from, like, smallest to biggest, from skinniest and shortest to
It's a bit more of a leap when you get to me.
Well, no, it's a leap from weight from you to me, and it's a leap from height to me and Nathan, and kind of weight.
Because, like, especially since, like, before Hump was really around.
Yeah.
It was very jarring
That's
if I stood
true.
next to you guys.
What?
Like,
Yeah.
Hump's around now kind of takes the sting out, because he's bigger than me, but he's not as big as you guys.
Yeah.
No, Hump, it's like it really stepping stones now with Hump.
Yeah,
then.
Hump does make the stairs more even. Because the full
from top
stairs,
to bottom.
The full stairs is Logan, Hump, me, Nate. From skinniest and shortest to tallest and fattest.
The big lad at the top.
And honestly, though, Logan, you're talking about how the jump's really huge, but it's like the jump from all of us, especially without Hump, is very huge because I'm a few inches taller than you and got like 50 pounds on you, and then Nathan's like 4 inches taller than me and got 100 pounds on me. So it's like, it's pretty severe jumps.
Yeah, 2 of Logan's weights would basically equal 1 me.
Yeah.
It's, Lord.
Shit's wild.
So, it is very wild. But I thought of something funny we could transition into now, because I just thought about it.
Okay.
So, a while back, this is like, I don't know how long it's been, but it's definitely been at least a couple months. We were playing Avengers one night together.
As we do.
And and I came up with a very funny conversation path to go down. So, do you guys remember that time I tried to challenge Dillon to a bunch of, deadly challenges to see if he could win?
Vaguely.
You did that?
Yes. And the prominent figure in almost all of Dillon's challenges was Sam Raimi's Spider-Man Aunt May
that.
with a gun.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about, like, me just doing shit as Thor. No, you're talking about actually me doing shit.
Yeah. And Aunt May with a gun was involved an odd amount of times.
Too many times, yes.
I don't know. I guess I found it very funny that just the sweet old lady from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man just had a Glock and was determined to pop Dillon one in the face.
There were a few where I did give myself the advantage. And there were also ones where I'm like, nah, Aunt May's gonna fucking snipe my ass.
I think my personal favorite one is I put you and Aunt May with a gun in a dark, really dark, almost impossible to see warehouse filled with like boxes and shit like that.
Yeah.
And you had to like sneak around in the dark and try and catch Aunt May before she could gun you down in the dark.
I think I could do it. I think she already has bad eyesight. It's dark. Unless there's glow sights on that gun or like a laser sight to see me, I could 100% get behind that bitch and snap her fucking neck. It wouldn't even be a challenge.
Oh, shit. What was some of the other ones? I came with a lot of good ones. I think another one that I really liked was, at one point, it was Spider-Man was on one side of Manhattan, and Aunt May was on the other side, and you were in the same region as Aunt May, and Spider-Man could get from one end of the city to the next in like 30 minutes. So you had 30 minutes to murder Aunt May before Spider-Man came in and kicked your ass.
I 100% could murder Aunt May in 30 minutes. 100%. Honestly, that's something that happens a lot is, like, they'll bring up different, like, franchises and have me fight the characters, and then like I'll like ask them like similar ones. Like they've asked me how I think I would fare against like the Teen Titans, fucking like Amazing World of Gumball, fucking like SpongeBob and shit like that.
See, cartoon characters are tricky when you use like
Yes.
Gumball characters or like Looney Tunes because like they also can just pull cartoon fuckery. And you can't.
Yes, that's true.
Bugs
No.
Bunny could just whip out a magic brush and wipe
Well,
you from
that-
the
that's the
cartoon,
thing.
and then you're in hell.
There's a lot of cartoon characters that would beat my ass, but there are other ones where I'm like, no, I could rip them in half. Like, it would not even be a challenge. I'm trying to think of some of the specifics of some of the like franchises.
Clarence.
Clarence, every single
Clarence.
person in Clarence, I could beat to death with one hand, and I would enjoy every second of it.
Even
About the
Minecraft
cartoon
Steve.
character.
Yes. We talked about
Minecraft Steve.
we talked about Steven Universe. I think I could beat Steven. I don't think I could beat any of the other crystal gems, but I think I could kill Steven because he's a 14-year-old boy with a weird belly button.
I don't know. It's like it's weird because like, could you penetrate his shields and bubbles before the other gems got to you?
That's okay. Here's the thing. This is imagining a one-on-one fight with me and Steven to give me the best chance possible. And that's the thing. Steven's a pussy. Like, he wouldn't even want to fight me, so I would get a free few shots into the nose, the jaw, whatever, before he would, commit to the bit. Who knows? Maybe I could get one free shot and just rock his shit, knock him out.
Steven seems like one of those characters who would get killed trying to convert the villain to good.
That's a lost cause with me, gamer.
Yeah, you're picking the wrong guy to try to convert.
My dad was watching. I had to mute because of reasons, but my dad was watching Sam Raimi's Spider-Man on TV the other day, and I keep forgetting every fucking time that movie comes on. God bless. Aunt May and Uncle Ben are way too fucking old. Like, were Spider-Man's parents like 50 before Peter was conceived?
Possibly.
Like,
Yeah, they definitely
the
feel more like
fuck?
his grandparents than his aunt and uncle.
yeah, I didn't mind
Honestly-
Amazing Spider-Man's Aunt May and also the Marissa Tomei.
Tomei.
Yeah,
Oh.
like people complain about that. It's like, guys, he's 15. When I was 15, my mom was still in her 30s.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't be that old. They shouldn't be in their 90s.
No,
I guess
here's
the
thing.
parents were too upset that their kids wanted to fuck Marissa Tomei. I don't know.
Everyone wants to fuck Marissa
That's true.
Tomei.
I mean,
Even
I
Doc
just-
Ock did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Happy Hogan.
Here's the thing.
How'd you know what?
I definitely think since the MCU Spider-Man, he started off pretty young. Like, Marissa Tomei being his Aunt May is fine. But I do think the best balance probably was Amazing Spider-Man's Aunt May.
It's just a shame those were shitty movies.
The first one was good. Second one was not.
Man, Gwen Stacy was hot as fuck.
I mean, yeah, Emma Stone is hot as
passable.
shit.
The first one is fine for a couple viewings, but I think after your first one, you'll have a reason to go back to it. It's very much a one-and-done film for me.
Like Blade 2.
Blade 2?
Yeah.
I never watched
Blade 1 is fantastic. Highly recommend it. Blade 2 is okay.
I did hear good things about the original Blade. I kind of forgot there was a Blade 2 until you started talking about it the other
There's
day.
3. I haven't watched the third one because apparently
Holy shit.
It's just a downward spiral. Here's the main problem I have with 2 is I feel like the first movie's ending set up a different movie than what 2 was. And I'm not going to get into spoiler territory. Basically, a character I think should have returned for the sequel didn't, and a character that shouldn't have returned did. I'll say that.
Sucks.
Overall, the second movie's still enjoyable, but the first
Somehow
one is better.
Palpatine returned.
It's not that level of egregious,
some way.
but it is egregious, yes.
It's hard to get to that level. I'm still baffled that like a Hollywood writer that gets paid billions of dollars a year fucking wrote that.
I guarantee you it was the same motherfucker who named the sequel to Cars 2, and got paid millions for that shit. I swear to God, I'm gonna skin that man and wear his skin and take over his life.
It was the same guy who named one of the Wookiees in Battlefront 2 Gay Cuck.
No, that's based as hell.
Look, I just fucking kicked the shit out of that table.
Nice.
So I'm gonna be in the minority here. I like simple fucking names for anything. Like
I thought you were
whoever
about to say I like the name Gay Cuck.
I
think it's
love
good.
Gay Cuck. Gay Cuck was my father's name.
My father was gay.
My father was Gay Cuck.
God damn it.
No. Look, I'm in the opposite spectrum here. I love just simple titles for shit because, like, whoever named the PlayStation 2 just the PlayStation 2 deserves all the dick suckage. I'd suck that man's dick or woman. I don't fucking
It was
judge.
probably a
I'd
man.
suck that woman's dick.
It was like the early 2000s. It was probably a man.
I'd suck a woman's dick.
Anyway,
I'm not saying it's
No,
right.
back-
I'm just saying
back
that's for accuracy's sake.
back to women with dicks, chicks with dicks,
Yes.
You mean men with tits? Nah, I'm
chicks with
kidding.
dicks. Those are separate. No, it's a separate category.
Hey, look, I'm bisexual. All right, it's fine by me.
Look,
So, I don't think because legit, like there are just some titles, and I can't think of anything because I'm sleep deprived and a little tipsy right now. But I don't need it to be. Let's take Kingdom Hearts for example. Kingdom
That's
Hearts has
fair.
the best of both. Kingdom Hearts has the best of both worlds. Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2. What the fuck?
I
don't
like the
need
collections. I like the collections. What is it like? Kingdom Hearts 3.5 final chapter prologue.
Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue HD Remix.
I
And
know
all-
that.
Also, there's the 1.5 plus 2.5 HD remix, which means Kingdom Hearts 4 came out before Kingdom Hearts 3.
nice.
Because 1.5 plus 2.5.
Is 4.
I mean,
God dang it,
it
Nomura.
doesn't have the like 0.5s, but I've always called the Ezio trilogy and Assassin's Creed. You have Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 2.5, and Assassin's Creed 2.75, and then 3.
Yeah, because, like 1.5 and 2.5 wasn't annoying because it's like it makes sense. It's like, oh, the 1.5 has the first game and Chain of Memories. It's like, okay, that's 1.5. 2.5 makes sense for the same reason. What the fuck is a 2.8 Final Chapter prologue? Like they're gonna use every fucking decimal they can before Kingdom Hearts 3. In fact, Nathan, did I tell you what the fuck they did at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3 just to make fun of that?
No.
There's a prologue chapter, like there's a prologue to 3 like there was in 1 and 2. It's very short. But there's a prologue in 3. And then when the title drops, it says Kingdom Hearts 2.9.
God, motherfucker. That's
like-
ridiculous.
I'm glad Nomura's aware of the joke.
That's
I mean,
funny.
You know
Yeah.
but that's my point. I don't need extravagant titles for anything. Like you
yeah.
can like I can agree. Like some things are a little too simple. It's like, oh, this movie about a dog. What's it called? Dog.
Dogs.
Dog.
It's like, I don't care. The thing is, like, I don't really mind much. Like, the titles are simple. Whatever. I just care that in the fucking, like, Hollywood sphere of, like, entertainment, people get paid thousands of dollars for writing down the word dog, slapping it on, like, a presentation board, and, like, all right, fellas, I have our new movie idea.
Well, they took all the good titles for Kingdom Hearts, man.
Nice.
Dog 2.5D final chapter prologue.
3D.
Gone sexual.
I like to be able to, like, be able to say the title in one breath, So Cars 1, Cars 2, I don't give a shit. I really don't.
No.
Now, Cars 2 is a shit-ass fucking movie, but...
What about Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3? They were just numbers.
I really don't care that much. I just like taking the piss at it because someone did get paid millions for writing Cars 2.
No, I understand. Not one of Pixar's better moments, but then again... Is it weird to say that Pixar's been kind of going downhill ever since, like, the late 2000s?
I think
it's
I don't know if
fair
I really
to
say go as far to say downhill. Downhill, they seem to be more okay with mediocrity than they used to. You know what I mean?
Because, like, Coco was amazing, but, like, The Good Dinosaur doesn't look all that interesting to me. I didn't hear anything about Soul. Like, maybe that was just due to it came out during the pandemic. Perhaps that had an effect on it. But, like, Pixar's still pumping out the movies, and I'm just not, there's just not that kind of, like, need to watch it. When a Pixar movie came out when we were kids, you had to watch it because it's fucking Pixar. It's fucking Pixar, dude. Now it just feels empty. It doesn't help, like, Toy Story 4. Nathan was talking about mediocrity. Fuck you guys seen Toy Story 4?
I have not.
Nah, it's
boring.
It's It's Toy Story 2, but bad. And it completely shits on the ending of 3, which I do not like.
Man, you talk about Soul. It's like, this is a small thing to mention about Soul. I hear people say that the movie's not bad, but it has no focus. Like,
right.
It feels like it's three different stories thrown into one, I think.
Oh, okay, so it's a little messy. Okay.
A little cluttered from what I hear. But I don't know, I haven't seen the movie. It could be great.
Messy like Nate's mom on Nickel Night.
Shut the fuck up.
Shit, bro.
Back to movies and Dylan not being a piece of shit.
Hey, I'm a full shit.
Hey, I'm an entire shit, brother. I've wanted to see Luca, actually. That movie seems like it seems quaint.
Luca? Is that a new one coming out, or is that alright?
It's been out for a little bit now.
I haven't heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit more of like a small, like, quaint... I hear it's compared kind of like a slice of life movie almost, even though it's about sea monsters, but...
I'd love to see that new Pixar movie Puta based off your mom.
If I could recommend Coco is really good. Like, that's very classic Pixar in terms of holy shit, this movie's actually really good. I cried. I cried. It was great.
That's a good one. How about for like a small little topic to talk about? We're just getting off the rails at this point. I don't give a shit anymore. Movies that you guys cried at. I want to know that one actually.
Rogue One.
How much time you got?
Well, we got about like
10
minutes or maybe an hour, I guess, if we're really just saying fuck it for the time. But I don't want to stay in this booth for more than like 20 more.
All right, so movies that made me cry. Okay, I still cry at the first Ninja Turtles movie. When they're sitting around the campfire and they see Splinter's spirit, and he gives that speech, and then at the end of it he says he loves them, and then they all start crying. I still fucking choke up to that. That scene's consistently made me cry since I was a kid. And it never fails. When Bing Bong died in Inside Out.
Bing Bong, Bing Bong.
That's fucked up. That was fucked up.
I mean,
what was that, Dylan?
I'm just trying to remember movies I've cried to. I've cried to Rogue One. I think I cried to one of the Toy Stories, maybe 2 or 3. Don't remember which one.
It's probably 2, considering Sarah McLachlan. But
I think I've cried watching Up before.
Oh yeah,
and I definitely cried watching Green Mile.
Oh man,
God,
Green Mile is such a good movie.
So fucking good.
So fucking long. That movie scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I
because I was like 3 when I watched that shit.
I think Rogue One is the last movie I can remember where it was like, because I saw it in theaters with my brother, and spoilers for Rogue One incoming. You guys have seen the movie, right?
No.
Nathan. Oh, I have, but Nathan hasn't.
Okay, well, basically, I will not spoil anything. Then
The ending.
The ending is very sad, and me and my brother just looked at each other and like we were both just like holding back tears, and then we like got out of the theater and we got in the car and we just like bawled. It's like, God damn it, how could they do that to us?
How could Disney do that to us?
Why would Disney do this?
Rogue One is so fucking good. Can't wait till Rogue 2 comes out in 1977.
Wait. Oh, Revenge of the Sith. I cried at Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you. I cried.
Revenge of the Sith is definitely worthy of tears.
Here's the sucky thing. This isn't even supposed to be like a manly thing. This is actually something I find sad. I don't really.
No soul.
I don't cry a lot at like many things like, at all. And again, that's supposed to like, for like most guys. They're just like, oh, I don't cry. It's a manly thing. No, it's sad because I feel like I tried to like emotionally like kill myself as a child. Like, okay, that came out weird. I killed a lot of my emotions as a kid.
What was that supposed to mean?
I don't. Yeah, I know. Like I was trying to kill the emotional part of myself as a kid. That's about how I tried to mean. And it's mainly from my dad. No shade towards my dad. I still love him to this day. But whenever I was a little kid, it would always my dad was like, "You're a boy. Boys don't cry. There, boy. Boys only feel anger and happy." It's like, okay. And like I was just like beaten into like never cried anything. So I rarely cried. And that didn't stop me though, because there's two big ones in mind that I have movie wise, and that was Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
Because the trash compactor scene where they hold hands and they thought they were gonna fucking die. I was like, no!
Everyone mentions that scene. It wasn't that scene that broke me in Toy Story 3. It's when Andy starts playing with the toys at the end of the movie.
That one's
Bonnie.
rough too.
Like, that actually fucked me up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like, man, getting old sucks.
Man, it's just something about like them holding hands, accepting their fate together as a family unit made me so fucking sad.
I mean, yeah, it's sad. It definitely is, but that's not what choked me. It was definitely the end.
And I have a weird one for my second one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
All right, Forrest Gump.
I can understand that. Forrest Gump has
Tom Hanks. A lot of Tom Hanks today.
Like it was a lot of Tom Hanks, right? The scene where Bubba dies.
Yeah.
That Bubba was such a good character.
They're not movies, but two games. I cried playing the story of Red Dead 2, and I cried playing God of War. For two different reasons. I cried because of Red Dead's tragedy. I actually cried in God of War because of how beautiful the story is towards the end. Like, it is so fucking good.
I cried at a couple of games.
We're bringing video games into the fray. That's a dangerous game. Kingdom Hearts 2, for multiple scenes can make me cry. But actually where it starts is actually the opening of the game. And I don't mean like, oh, the opening cutscene. No, I mean when you boot the game up. When you hear Dearly Beloved. That song when I was a kid, that gave me goosebumps. I still get goosebumps. And I think I showed Nathan because I think he started his playthrough at my house when he played the game. I showed him, my hair stood right up on my arm. Like, it happens every fucking time. I don't know why. It's a really good fucking song, but nothing else in this earth does that to me in terms of media anyway.
Now, Kingdom Hearts 2 makes me sad. It never made me cry, but Kingdom Hearts 2 made me very sad because Roxas as a character is very sad.
God, you're gonna fucking bawl in 358 days, Nate. Because like that is basically like, yeah, this guy, his life sucks.
I almost cried. I'll pull back to movies for a second. We'll go back to games. I almost cried at Good Will Hunting. Almost. Really close.
Oh, Good Will Hunting. Yeah, I cried. Definitely cried. Easily.
You ever seen that movie, Dylan?
I don't know if I have, to be honest.
Robin Williams, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck.
Even though Ben Affleck's character didn't mean shit.
No, I don't think I've seen Good Will Hunting. I think I cried during Saving Private Ryan, which again has Tom Hanks.
God damn it, Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks can just tug on the heartstrings.
He's just fucking phenomenal.
Now, if one of us says we cried at the Polar Express, it'll bring it full circle.
No.
I don't think the Polar Express is that much of a downer, though.
Nah, it's not a sad movie,
here's the thing,
that
though.
movie is 90% Tom Hanks.
It is hype as shit when he drifts a train across a frozen lake and hits the dab as he goes into the camera.
Multi-track drifting!
Like, one of the best videos on YouTube. Do yourself a favor. Look up Polar Express Tokyo Drift. Just do yourself a favor and watch that.
I've seen it. It's great.
It's so
It's
fucking
great.
good.
Another one of my big examples of crying during video game, Final Fantasy IX, the ending, which is kind of like similar reasons why Dillon cried during God of War. It's just a beautiful fucking ending to that story, and also just reasons. It is a beautiful, beautiful fucking game, and you get the Melodies of Life theme and everything at the end during the credits, and then it goes into the Final Fantasy national anthem, and it just makes me fucking rock hard. It is easily one of my favorite, like, top 3 endings. Top 3 fucking endings in video games, or just media in general. Fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I have some games that I've cried to. A big one is Gears of War 3. And Logan knows why. Dylan, have you ever played the Gears of War franchise?
No, but I know that Dom fucking dies.
Yeah, that's what I cried at. That's what made me cry was Dom in Gears of War 3. Like, the scene is really emotional, too. And it was done very well. Like, it always sucks when a character death isn't done well, but this one was, magnificent.
Pretty bug.
I think I cried twice playing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. And I cried at least once playing Assassin's Creed 3.
Makes sense. What else is there? I'm trying to think of other games until I get to my big one, because I have one big one. There's probably some others, but I can't really think of them right now. But no, there is one game that made me cry super hard. Like, ugly cry, basically. And that is Amori. And at some point or another, I've definitely mentioned it, because I can't shut the fuck up about that game. It's one of my favorites now. The ending of that game, at least the ending, there's multiple endings, but the ending that I got, which I'm pretty sure was it was a good ending. I got the good ending for the game. It made me cry like a baby. Like, I cried like a bitch with that ending. Good God.
Not a movie or game, but Adventure Time. I finished Adventure Time like a month back, and I legitimately ugly cried for like 2 hours straight.
I mean, you brought up a good point why it made you so emotional, too.
Yeah, I did talk about that on a previous episode. I brought up Adventure Time on several pod episodes just because it's so fucking good.
This shit slaps. Oh, God, it's so fucking hot in here. I'm about to end this if you guys don't mind.
We can
got?
Wrap up. I think this episode had a lot that we talked about. A lot of random bullshit.
It's a weird one.
But hey, it's a podcast about nothing.
I mean, yeah, it's a podcast about nothing.
Well, I didn't finish the can. I didn't finish my margarita, but I got close.
Hey,
chug it.
Nothing saying you can't shoot for doubles, champ. When we get on PlayStation later.
Ugh. Hold
Salty?
on. Wait. All right, it's empty now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm getting another one.
No.
Wait, hold
okay,
on. We need to close the episode.
I'm getting another one.
No.
We need to close the episode.
You can
No.
get on Twitter. Twitch,
Yeah, check out the shit.
Find us that way. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Wait, he didn't stop his record. Okay, bye, I guess.